Hi Virgo, my name is Ray. Welcome to Ray's Tarot. This will be a general reading for July 2021. It might be about your career, your love life, or whatever is the most important message that Spirit needs you to hear right now. Today I will be using the Mystic Mondays Tarot deck by Grace Wong. If you would like to buy this deck for yourself, I will put a link to their website in the description below. Please remember that time is fluid, and if this message does not resonate, be sure to check out my readings for your moon, rising, and Venus sign. Now, let's get right into your reading. What is Virgo's message for July 2021? 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 You have the Eight of Wands in the heart of the spread here. This is about progress. This is about movement. This is about rapid action. I feel like things are definitely picking up for you in July, and you might be having a hard time keeping up, which is why this reading is filled with so much stress. I feel like this pertains to your work situation because I'm not necessarily seeing a second energy here. I'm just getting this vibe from you. If this reading is about a relationship, I definitely see a lot of anxiety surrounding the idea of reaching out to this other person. The Eight of Wands is also about communication, so you could be debating whether or not to message someone. The Three of Wands is what crosses you. I feel like this is what's pushing you forward instead of holding you back, because this card is also about progress. So you are making progress here with the Eight and the Three of Wands. Both of these cards are about forward movement. But I feel like with this Three of Wands, you feel like there's more distance than you're actually seeing. Because the Three of Wands is a bit of a slower energy, 1, 2, 3, it feels like you're making baby steps. So even though the world is quickly changing around you, you might feel like you can't keep up. If this is about a relationship reading, there might be distance between you and this person. You might not have talked in a while. You could also be physically distant from this person. I see you planning for your future with this Three of Wands here, and with this Eight of Wands here trying to put that plan into action. Some of you could be planning to travel somewhere because both of these cards are travel cards. They're both about distance. Some of you could be flying somewhere overseas or trying to plan a vacation of some sort. You have the Four of Wands as your base. Lots of wands here, lots of fire energy. Fire energy is about passion, but this could be in business or a relationship. So again, take it how it resonates. But the Four of Wands is about your home, your stability, your foundation. And again, the heart of this spread is very positive. You have the Eight of Wands, the Three of Wands, and the Four of Wands. You are making progress. You do have a very strong foundation. I feel like you come across as very secure with yourself. Other people look at you and think that you have your ish together, okay? But you don't necessarily feel that way on the inside. Some of you may be overworking to distract yourself from something or someone. And with this card representing the home as well, I feel like your home is your safe space where you kind of let your hair down and you feel most comfortable with yourself. This is where you relax. When you're out in the world, you're pushing yourself just a little bit too hard, Virgo. You have the Ten of Wands in your past. So I feel like this is an energy that you've been carrying for a while. This could pertain to how you feel about yourself. If this is about some sort of healing from a heartbreak, for example, with that Three of Swords, I feel like you've been carrying this burden for a while, whatever it is. It could be how you feel about yourself. It could be stress at work. It could be about a relationship. But you don't know how to let go of this burden, Virgo. So you just keep it on your back. And because you're always staring at the ground, you can't see the progress that you're making because you don't even have the strength to lift your head up. Some of you might have been taking very late night shifts or working longer hours. You might be an essential worker if you're still in the middle of the pandemic. The Ten of Wands is also about feeling some sort of duty or responsibility or obligation to carry this weight. But don't be scared to open up to somebody about what you're really feeling because you don't necessarily have to do all this alone. You can split everything with coworkers, or even if this is some sort of emotional burden, don't be afraid to talk to somebody. If you act closed off, people are going to think that everything's fine with you when you know that it's not. And then this is never going to get fixed. You have the Eight of Swords in your crowning thoughts. Simply put, this is an anxiety card. This is a stress card. Like I said, you're working yourself too hard here, Virgo. If this is about a relationship, you might feel trapped or stuck with this person in some way. But you don't have to stay in a bad relationship just because it's familiar or because you're currently not interested in anybody else. This kind of feels like the energy of making excuses so you don't have to make this decision. Like, oh, I can't do that because of this, or oh, I can't do that because of that. But you're really just limiting yourself. You're not as restricted as you think you are. That's why her hands are still free. There are bonds on them, but they're very loose. These swords are not stabbing you. They're just around you, and you're freaking yourself out. In your immediate future, you have the Queen of Pentacles. This is your energy, Virgo. And I feel like with all this insecurity, you don't feel like this Queen of Pentacles. But you've been working so much and making so much progress that you are. Or since this is in your future, you will be. You are going to get there. I feel like some of you may be looking to share this pentacle with somebody else. Now that you've worked so hard to gain a sense of financial security, you want someone to come home to. Someone that makes you feel like this Queen of Pentacles. You could be dealing with another earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, but because you are an earth sign, I really feel like this is your energy. You also come across as a Queen of Pentacles because nobody can see how much you're hurting inside because you don't want to drop that burden. You keep it hidden. And you want everyone to see you as this Queen of Pentacles. In your hopes and fears, you have the Seven of Wands. What's interesting about this card is I'm seeing this as your hopes and your fears. You fought really hard to be where you are right now as this Queen of Pentacles, and you're hoping to maintain your status. You're hoping that no one's going to ruin what you've created. So you feel like you have to be on the defensive all the time, which is also a fear. Because you know deep down that you're more insecure than you're showing people. You need to do some major healing. You come across to people as very defensive, Virgo, because you always feel like you have to fight people. But what's interesting about the Seven of Wands is that there's nobody holding any of these. This is another stress and anxiety card because you're really just fighting with yourself, with your shadow side, your inner demons, because you know that you haven't done the work yet to heal. In how people see you, you have the 9 of Wands. People know that you've been through a lot, and people can tell that you have your guard up. But the 9 of Wands is also about perseverance, which explains this Queen of Pentacles energy. Because you have the strength to be able to create this wall, people see you as this queen. You don't back down during a fight. You might be stronger than you realize, or people have more respect for you than you think they do. Because you've been on such an intense journey. There's a lot of people that can't do what you do, Virgo. But people see you as guarded. You're ready to swing this 9th wand here, but there's no one to swing it at. With that 7 of Wands, again, I'm getting the message that you need to let yourself breathe. In your strengths and weaknesses, you have the 3 of Swords. Like I said before, Virgo, you have not healed your heart. This could have been from an actual breakup, and that could be why I don't see a second energy here, because you're still on this healing journey. You need to drop this burden before you can be with anybody else, and you know that. And you know that you're not ready to be in a new relationship. This could also be some of the things that you've been through, especially with that 9 of Wands. You might hold yourself back because you're an overthinker. You might think bad thoughts about yourself. You're more sensitive than you want people to realize, and I feel like you take criticism very harshly. But again, you play it off like you don't care. You have a fear of rejection. You're scared of getting hurt. You don't handle pain very well, so you just overwork yourself to distract yourself from the pain. Because you don't know how else to get rid of it. Because you don't want to face it head on and just deal with it. You ignore it, you avoid it, and then it just sits there on your back. So you're left with a choice, Virgo. Your outcome is the 2 of Wands. Are you going to keep going alone? Or are you actually going to go down the path of healing? One of these paths is going to keep you stuck in this same cycle, and the other path is going to help you become this Queen of Pentacles. Can you clarify the 10 of Wands for me, please? Why does Virgo have the 10 of Wands in their past? Can you clarify Virgo's past for me, please? Can you clarify Virgo's crowning thoughts for me, please? Why does Virgo have the 8 of Swords in their crowning thoughts? Can you clarify the 8 of Swords for me, please? Can you clarify Virgo's hopes and fears for me, please? Why does Virgo have the 7 of Wands in their hopes and fears? Can you clarify Virgo's strengths and weaknesses for me, please? Why does Virgo have the 3 of Swords in their strengths and weaknesses? Clarifying the Ten of Wands in your past, you have the Princess of Swords. Some of you could be dealing with an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You might also be a Virgo, Libra, cusper. But what I feel like this is about is you have a tendency to put your foot in your mouth, Virgo, and a lot of the things that you say might come across the wrong way and end up hurting people. The second way that I'm interpreting this is, again, I think you're very sensitive to criticism, and a lot of what other people say you take too seriously and you take to heart. If this is about a past relationship, you might be holding on to the way this person hurt you. They might have said something they didn't mean. But whatever they did say to you stuck with you. And this is now how you see yourself. Clarifying the Eight of Swords in your crowning thoughts, you have the Empress. You don't see your worth, which confirms what I was saying before about how you feel about yourself. If this is about a relationship, you feel like you're not good enough for this person and that they're way out of your league. You also don't know how to love yourself. Spirit is telling you that you're worth more than you think you are. You need to be gentle with yourself. You need to be patient with yourself. Because it takes a long time to heal everything you've kept buried for so long. And the more you bury it, the longer it's going to take to get it healed properly. Clarifying your hopes and fears is the Ace of Cups. These are two very contradictory energies, but I'm reading them like this. This is your hope, and this is your fear. You can't hope for love if you're scared of love. You can't take this new beginning if you're always guarding your heart. See the connection between these two contradictory cards? This Seven of Wands is blocking the Ace of Cups. Some of you could be dealing with a Pisces. Some of you could also still be healing from a breakup with a Pisces that hit you very hard. But this is the energy of projection. Because you're still carrying this burden, you have way too much baggage. And I feel like when you do try to let your guard down and let somebody in, and you do try to step out of your comfort zone and pursue a new relationship, you end up projecting your past onto the new person. Because you know you haven't healed from this yet, and you know you still are not over this person. So it ends up turning into a self-sabotage. You can't treat other people the same way that this person treated you. What is Virgo's love message for July 2021? 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 Soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. So for those of you who are still healing from a past connection, I feel like your soulmate is not going to come in until this transitionary process is over, because you're just going to keep self-sabotaging these connections. If you want to manifest your soulmate, the person who's right for you, you have to heal first. But I feel like this card is meant to tell you that there is hope for the future, Virgo. But you still have a lot of work to do to get to this place. Okay, Virgo, I feel like your message has been received. Comment down below if this reading resonates with you and let me know what your situation is about. I do read the comments and will be liking and responding. Don't forget to like this video and click that subscribe button. That helps me a lot. Either way, I will see you again here at Ray's Tarot. See you later.